So look, I'm just in general not. I've never been fully sold on KK Timpson. However, now when it comes down to it, I'm like with KK. I think it's very, very close to being a situation where like the Indiana Fever need to explore trading her because there is obviously a raw player in there. There is an extremely, extremely raw player in there. Like she has the length. We even saw in the possession after I'm going to show. KK Timpson missed or got a steal and which led to a Caitlin Clark bucket. Like that was a big one. That was a genuinely big one. And overall, like there are flashes of KK. The problem is that when you are playing at a pro level and a high pro level at that, the highest pro level, there comes to a point where flashes of like greatness, I mean, that's all they are. Because if you're making 8 mistakes for every one good play, like net rating wise, in fairness, she had at times she's been okay. Like KK Timpson did in fact have her second assist of her career yesterday off the previous play. But I'll show you guys this play here. And I'm sorry, you cannot have a person in a pro game do this. So she decides, this is what happens. They're up 13. And she is supposed to be guarding. I don't know who she's supposed to be guarding. But instead of playing defense, she stands at the halfway line and just starts pointing. She just starts pointing. She's not guarding anyone. While Raven picks up the ball, she's actually just standing at the halfway line. She is standing at the halfway line. By the way, Mo Billings, partially Mo Billings' fault because you got to see your teammate being a dumbass. You have got to see that your teammate is not back at defense and go protect the basket. That is partially on Mo Billings, but it shouldn't be on Mo Billings to assume that a professional basketball player making $270K knows how to play basketball. That's not on Mo Billings. So she stands at the halfway line. Mo Billings is guarding Jordan Horston. She's supposed to be guarding Mackenzie Holmes, while the ball gets thrown to Mackenzie Holmes for a wide open layup. Mackenzie Holmes gets the ball for a wide open layup here. And by the way, like, why is Kelsey Mitchell stunting? Why is Kelsey Mitchell stunting here, by the way? Like, by the way, everyone's recovery defense was horrendous. But KK Timpson decided to stand in the halfway line. I've never seen a pro player do that before. Stand at the halfway line and just start pointing at your teammates, being like, you're supposed to be guarding this person, you're supposed to be guarding this person, while your player runs in an open layup. While your player makes an open layup. And again, was anyone on the team good on defense here? No. But KK was particularly egregious. And this is one of those things when it comes to KK Timpson, where I'm watching her play, I'm seeing a lot of things, and I'm like, I actually can't justify in a lot of situations arguing that she should see the floor. I think it's getting harder and harder to argue that KK Timpson should see the floor by the day. Every day, it gets harder to argue that KK Timpson should be a WNBA basketball player. Because for every one good thing she does 4 things like this. Like, she literally went and got the ball and got swatted twice. She went up for a layup, got swatted, got a rebound. There was like 4 people around her and got swatted. Like, she regularly, if she gets kind of blitzed or she gets a rebound and she gets a little bit flustered, she will hand the ball to the other team a lot of the time. Like, it's not uncommon. It is absolutely not uncommon. But that, like, KK Timpson will pass the ball to the other team. But yeah, it's genuinely concerning because the Indiana Fever seem to be tripling and quadrupling down on KK Timpson when they could make a straight up trade for a player who is much better than KK Timpson and a month older than KK. in Sika Kone. If the Indiana Fever offered up KK Timpson for Sika Kone, the Atlanta Dream would say yes. The Atlanta Dream would almost certainly accept the KK Timpson for Sika Kone trade. And that trade puts the Indiana Fever back into contender status, assuming Aaliyah Boston's okay. Like, the fact that it seems like it's a meniscus injury, Aaliyah Boston, I wouldn't be that surprised if they go... If the Fever think they can tread water while Aaliyah's out, they might opt for surgery. Like, but just knowing a meniscus injury, it's either... It could be a thing where it's like, okay, she plays at 60% this season. She plays at 60% for the entire season. And then just takes the offseason off next year and gets surgery then. Or she takes a little bit of time off and maybe is 100% for the playoffs. But a playoff which the Fever mightn't even make. But yeah, it is genuinely a bit concerning, the lack of development in KK. And I literally was just like, oh yeah, you know what? I was wrong about KK. Because I'm going to be real here. The reason why I said the Indiana Fever should have moved off KK was because I watched KK play in Prague. Like, it is hard to be as bad, to look as bad at basketball as KK did in Prague. Like, she looked okay playing against the scrubs. Like, when she played in the Czech League, where Prague were expected to win every game by 40. She absolutely looked like she was dominant. However, when she played up against EuroLeague, she looked like she didn't know how to play basketball. She genuinely looked like she did not know how to play basketball. And that is a concern. That is a big time concern when it comes down to it. Watching her play. She doesn't know how to play basketball. And I get it. There is a player in there somewhere at some time when she learns how to play basketball. But like, I'm sorry. Like, a team looking to win a championship, there is another player on the team who's 2 years younger than her that you can argue the same thing, like, projects to be a player, but is sitting her ass on the bench on a dev contract. At least KK is more of a big, but like, why not trade for Sika Kone? Why not look to trade for Kone? Because the Atlanta Dream would make that trade. Because as far as an asset is concerned, based on KK's contract and her upside, KK is a better asset. They can reroute KK in the summer. Or if they can't afford to keep, or they can get, if KK steps it up, they can find a way to work around it. Because Sika Kone's got 1 more year. Or has she got 2 more? Sika Kone's maybe got 2 more years on her as a reserve free agent on minimums. But that is the trade that I'm looking to make if I'm Indiana. And I don't think they'll accept Dantas. But if it's KK, if there's a minimum contract big that can actually hold their own, and the opportunity is there to trade KK for them, if I'm the Indiana Fever, I do it. I do it without thinking.